Want to get started in audio mastering, but don't think you have what it takes? Watch this. Hi, and welcome to Stillhouse Mastering. Many of you are probably wondering how you can get started in the mastering industry and what you need to be respected in this field. Let me tell you how I got started. As many of you probably already are, I started with recording, mixing, producing, small bands, and that sort of thing. And as many of you may already do, I was mastering my content that I was working on. Through time, I started having more people tell me, hey, this stuff you're mastering sounds really good. You're pretty good at this. And, I'm like, okay, that's great. I love to hear great feedback from people. That's my job. I want you to be happy. And through that, I decided to start pursuing my focus a little more on mastering itself. I enjoyed it, and I liked the idea of working on singles and albums as a whole, and the whole mastering process itself just appealed to me a little bit more than the mixing and the producing and the recording process. So I started hacking around with that, and I did a lot of stuff wrong for a long time. I had a mastering engineer at one point tell me, you can't master. What you're doing is not mastering. This is not something you can do. And I chalked it up to a lot of elitism. They had a very expensive studio with a ton of really nice gear, and I was just a nobody in a small spare bedroom with no hardware and a bunch of stock plugins, free plugins, a few paid plugins, nothing fancy at all. I just bit my tongue and kept going at it, work hard at it, and don't let anyone tell you can't do it. Do you need a room full of very expensive gear? No. Does it help? Depends on who you ask. I personally love using the hardware gear that I've acquired over the years. I love the results it gives me. I love working with my hands, turning knobs, and just listening, as opposed to just dragging some software plugins around and using more of my eyes that way instead of my ears. Can I get great results with just software? Sure. I just enjoy the process more with hardware. This isn't at all to make this a hardware versus software debate, because it's very much not that. I'm saying that you can get started mastering music with the tools you have. If you have a nice pair of headphones that you can trust, an accurate pair of headphones, I think this is a very crucial thing, as a lot of us may not have the luxury of having a acoustically accurate space with very nice monitors. Having lower monitors may work okay for mixing, and I know we all have to start somewhere with what we have, but to mitigate some of the room issues you may have, especially with lower end monitors and bass problems or undefined blurry mid-range, that can also be an issue with smaller monitors on the lower end. Having a good pair of headphones can go a long ways in helping you become a mastering engineer and being able to hear what you need to hear. If you find yourself having to run to the car a half a dozen times, 6, 7, 8 times, you're not hearing accurately what you need to. You need to be able to accurately trust what you're hearing in order to make the smart moves with mastering music. If someone is trusting you as the quality control last step of the process before their music is released, you need to have a system that will let you hear distortion, any clicks, any frequency imbalances. You need to be able to hear it in such a way that you don't need to run to your car several times to make sure this is translating well. Use the tools you have. If you have a decent pair of headphones that you can trust, you have what it takes to get started in this career. Don't let people tell you can't. Let the haters hate. I got started the very same way, and because of that, I've got to work on a lot of really cool records since then and continue to work on great music with artists just like you. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you like this video, and tune in for more great content.